put, and it comes in two like tubes like that, and I've cut equal lengths, and now I'm going to mix them together, and that little pot there is just water, and I just add a little tiny bit of water when it starts getting too sticky, and then you just mix it and mix it and mix it until it becomes a uniform colour, which you won't see is because it takes a while. It takes a couple of minutes. There it is, uniform colour, and now I can sculpt with it. And today I am sculpting a Critters baby. If you don't know what Critters is, then you're too young. Google it. And this is the top lip, and I've just made a huge sausage, and I'm just pushing it on. Milliput has its own adhesive in it, so it will stick, and once it's dry it sticks. I could get this off when it's dry, but I would have to use like a screwdriver and lever it off. It sticks that good. This is just the green. You can get it in different colours, terracotta, white and black I believe, but I just get the green because I'm going to paint it anyway. And it's cheaper, and I buy it in bulk, and at the minute it's cheapest on Amazon at the minute, but it's not always cheaper on Amazon. Here goes the bottom lip, another huge sausage. This baby will have a huge mouth, and it'll look a bit strange until I start putting the teeth in. I'm just squashing it on, pushing it in, squeezing it at the end where the two lips would join. And I just make it, if you make it too wet, you can see my fingers are wet. If you make it too wet, it goes slippy and it won't stick. So you don't want it too wet. So I always have a little tissue. Oh, look, you can't even see what I'm doing. I always have a little tissue next to us to dry my hands a little bit. And I'm just smoothing it out and giving it a bit of shape. And then I'm about to smooth underneath just to make sure that it's clagged on properly. It's got to be on properly so that it doesn't come off. And there go the teeth. These teeth are made with polymorph plastic, which is a mouldable plastic. It comes in little beads, and you heat them up and then you can just mould with them. So I had these pre-made ready in a little bag. I need to make some more actually. So I'm just alternating one at the top, one at the bottom, one at the top, one at the bottom, just to make a nice even row of little teeth. And you won't see us do this all the way along because that would just be a boring video. I'll stop it in a minute, I'm sure I do. But check out polymorph plastic. I get it from eBay. There we go. eBay or Temu, you can get it. And now I'm going to do the nose. These monsters, are they monsters or are they aliens? I think they're aliens, aren't they? They don't have a nose as such. They don't have an opening in their nose. They just have like a bump. So it's just going to be a bump. So it's a nice, easy sculpt for the nose. I don't struggle with noses. I struggle with lips. So that's just my little tool that's my favourite tool that I'm using to just blend it into the lip, because there's not really a line between the lip and the nose. And I'm just smoothing it out. I hope I don't just spend ages showing you me smoothing it out, because that would be really boring. Come on. Nope, I'm just going to show you the whole thing. To smooth it, if it's looking rough, I just dip my fingers in the water and just run it over and it's smooth. There you go. And it smooths really easily. You can get this really nice and smooth. And if it's not as smooth as what you want, once it's dry, you can actually sand it. It sands really well, and you can drill it as well. I'm just adding a bit to the bridge of the nose. For some reason, I don't know why. I'm smoothing that in. Oh, because I think I make it like a wrinkle. I think I make it like a wrinkly nose at the top on the bridge. That's the bridge, isn't it? Smoothing it again with water. I don't know why I keep smoothing it, because I'm going to put wrinkles in. Keep putting it off screen, and now I'm going to put some eyeballs in. I would normally use like a plastic eyeball, like a black plastic eye, or a glass cabochon. I make my own with glass cabochons, but I'm going to paint these red, so I'm just going to use the clay. I don't like doing this because I find it difficult to sculpt eyelids when you've not got a solid surface to press against. You've got the soft clay, so I don't normally do this, and I've decided to move it over from the original eye to make it a wider gap, and I moved that one over there. I wanted a wider gap between the eyes, because I did. And now I think I'm going to do the brows, I think. I don't know what I was doing there. I think I thought it wasn't focusing, so I put my hand there. No, I'm not doing the brows. I'm going to do like the top of the cheeks and under the eye. And I have like a bag underneath the eye. So it's just a sausage which is thinner at one end, that end, make it thinner there. And I'm just smoothing it around to make like a bag. And it's fat at that end where I am now with the tool, which is the shape that I wanted. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Do I show you this, or do I? Oh, I must be going to show you it. There, just pinch it smaller at one end to go under the eye, and then just squash it round, and then I'll smooth it over. I think I stop it. No, I don't. I'm just smoothing it in. I'm probably going to put some water. Looks like it needs some water. Got some water. I dip the tools. Sometimes I dip the tools in the water as well. Now I'm doing the brow. Can't decide how I'm going to do this. I've got a sausage again. It's a bit fatter at that end that I'm sticking on there. And I think I snap the middle bit off because it's over centre and I haven't realised. Another sausage. There we go. And I've realised there, that's not what I want. That's what I want. And then I'm going to squash. You can tell I haven't got no plan or anything because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. I don't ever plan. I just do it. Just completely go for it. I have no plan. I know what I want and I just go for it. And then I'm squashing it down and it's meeting the other end that I put in before. And then I'm probably going to get the tool that you can see. Yep, and just pressing it into the doll's head. And just to make sure that it's stuck, well stuck. It does stick, but then you're best off smoothing it in just to make sure that it sticks. And then I think I'm going to put an eyelid in. And I'm not sure how to do it, so I'm not. What am I doing? Oh, I'm going to fill that gap. I need to fill that gap because now I've got a gap. And I was like, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I just squash a bit in. Just push a bit in. And then just smooth it in with a tool. I push in to fill that, where you can see that little bit of face there. I fill that over there and I make the eyelid there. Just squash the eyelid over. That's the bit that I don't like doing when the eye is soft, because it blends in. See, it's blended in, and I've had to go and define it again, and I think I have to go and do it again a second time a bit later on. So I'm going to make that like a big crinkle. I'm squashing it in there. You are supposed to wear gloves with Milliput. I have tried and I can't. I just can't. I cannot work with it. It sticks to them and I can't feel the clay. And touch wood, I haven't had any issues. I do scrub my hands when I finished, and I wash my hands straight away. 10 years, so I know. I'm just defining the eyelid and trying not to panic. I'm probably having a right panic there. And now I'm putting the eyelid on the other side. I'm literally just squashing a line over, bringing a little bit down from the brow and squashing it over the eyeball. And that's it. I'm not happy with that side, so I keep going back to it. And I have to stop myself from going back too many times, because then I just make a mess and I lose my temper. And then I pull it out and start again. It has been known. Believe me. Oh, it's focusing on my hands. What am I doing? I'm trying to give it expression, and I'm not happy with that. I didn't want it to look angry. I didn't want it to look grumpy. I was trying to make it look cute, and it didn't work, so I stopped. Now I'm putting texture in. I'm putting lines on the lips. They have vertical lines on the lips, so I'm just doing little lines down and then little lines up like that, so that it's not like a solid line, it's like a broken line, yeah, like that. Do you know what I mean? You can see what I mean. It's not a solid line. There, I'm putting some lines on the brow, and they have vertical lines there, but you can't see, so I'm going to cut it all off. And then you just see there, I'm putting lines running that way, just with the pin tool. And basically they have lines all over their faces. And I'm just rocking it. I don't know if you can tell what I'm doing on the video. I'm just like rocking it to make the line. I'm not dragging a line across. I don't want like straight lines. I don't see how I'm zigzagging. I don't want it to be just a straight line. They're like lots and lots and lots of little lines at slightly different angles, and on the lips a lot of different angles, just to give it lots of texture, which will look good once I put the paint on. So we're still doing that. There, I've dragged a line there, and I've smoothed it over because I didn't like it. I dragged it by mistake. And I'm just about done, I think. Oh, look. And there we are, all done. This will set overnight. Working time on this is about 20 minutes, half an hour, depending on the temperature of the room. And it dries in 24 hours.